Hey my bears, welcome back to the channel. It's getting pretty cold here in Virginia, and I hope you guys are all adjusting to it nicely. Thought I'd do a voiceover for this full body workout at the Gainesville One Life Express gym. First up we got some squats. I just have 315 loaded up here, and I did 5 sets of 3, and so the triples feel pretty good. Each set was pretty much about the same in terms of RPE. I think that I actually am getting a little bit stronger, which is good considering that I'm starting my next cut actually this week. This was filmed last week, but my second cut will be starting, well, I'll be documenting it on the channel pretty soon, but here is just one set extra that I just wanted to go heavy to see like what my body could handle as of right now. And right here I got, I believe, 335 maybe on the bar. Oh no, wait, sorry, this is actually a double at 365, and that felt decently good. It wasn't as heavy as I thought it'd be. And here's just a top single of the day at 385, and it moved about as well as I expected it to. I'm not sure if I'll be, squatting at the 400s again anytime soon, but for now I'm at least happy that I can manage 385 after already hitting a bunch of my working sets. I did a really long sort of warm-up before this, and I actually really like this rig. This rig is made by Sorinex. Sorinex makes really great equipment, but it's very expensive. So it was nice to see that the Express Gym out in Gainesville had such nice equipment now. But their machines are a little bit leave a little bit to be desired, but at least that their free weights are pretty great. So my technique here was a little bit poor, I should say. I definitely got depth, but I feel like there's not enough tension or bracing in my mid back, and so we'll see how the future of my squatting goes. But for now, low bar is feeling pretty decent. Next up, I just did some deadlifting, some moderately heavy deadlifting, 405, 3 sets, and this is just an AMRAP. I'm still pulling sumo. I actually felt really bad on that first pull. I tried to pull it and failed, but after that I kind of reset myself, took a deeper breath, and just let it rip. My deadlift technique today was really bad in my opinion. There was a workout actually this week that I deadlifted as well, and that went a lot better. I was actually able to hit 465 on the deadlift pretty easily, like an RP 5, but today it just felt really heavy. Afterwards I tweaked around my technique for some conventional deadlifting, and I'm changing it up a little bit, trying to go a little bit wider. And here I'm not going for reps, I just wanted to see if I could execute my technique well. Still using straps just because I want to pull as much as I can, really. But I think my technique on the deadlift has changed a bit ever since the beginning of this year, and I think I want to change it even further. The technique I'm using now this week, as opposed to the video you're seeing here, is a lot different, and I'm excited to show you guys different changes in my technique overall. But next we got some football bar bench press, and I'm going very light here, just 135. I wanted to test out the football bar to see if it would hurt less on my shoulder, and sure enough, it did. And so I'm thinking that for bench, if I ever go heavy, or if I want to do any sort of bench work, I should probably start using the football bar. But it's only available at the Express One Life, which I don't go to very often. That's basically it for chest. I didn't really do anything else for chest, and so I moved on to back. And so the first thing I like to do is sort of vertical pull, and this is just a plate loaded pull down. I don't really like this machine. The range of motion and the arc of the actual machine feels a little bit weird, but I can still get a pretty good pump out of it. And this I just did for 3 sets of anywhere between 10 to 15 reps. Same for this here. This is a machine row. Did 3 sets, anywhere between 10 to 15 reps. And yeah, like I said earlier in the video, the machines at this gym, I don't really like them. They're all pretty much made by Hoist, and I don't think that they're the best. I do prefer plate-loaded machines, but in terms of, you know, selectorized machines, I think there are a lot better companies that make better machines. But, you know, sometimes when you only have one gym at your disposal, you just gotta kind of use what's given to you, and really it doesn't matter what's given to you. You can make gains anywhere, really. Maybe not the type of gains you're looking for, but you can make gains. Anyway, after that, just doing some shoulder pressing, some high rep shoulder pressing with very light weights, because again, I am trying to protect my shoulders. And actually, after the press, I go into a superset of lateral raises. And the lateral raises, again, using very light weights, right about like 10 to 15 pounds, anywhere between there. And the superset actually feels really good. Doing the high rep range presses directly into high reps for the lateral raises really kills the delts, and I find like that's actually all the delt work I need in a single day. And so I did 3 sets of this back to back with very short rest times to try to get that hypertrophic effect. Next up is arms, and so I started with biceps, and for the bicep exercise of the day, I chose the preacher curl. This preacher curl was a little bit weird. The pad is like a little bit too thin, in my opinion, and so couldn't really dig my arms down. I feel like I wasn't braced very well, and my upper back is super rounded, which I don't like. I did adjust the seat, but the differences in adjustments kind of make it either too high or too low, and so this was sort of the medium I had to pick, and yeah, it just didn't really feel great. But I didn't feel like using dumbbells today, so I just kind of stuck with it and went with it anyway. This was 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps again. And for the triceps, I decided to do some good old tricep pushdowns with a W bar. And this is actually one of my favorite ways to do tricep pushdowns. I actually prefer this over the rope just because I can push more weight this way. But again, it's not really about the weight when you're trying to go for some bodybuilding style work. You really just want to get a good combination of, you know, volume in. Anyway, to finish out the workout, I did some leg lifts, and actually this was kind of a mistake because being in a pull-up position, so hanging from a bar, actually really aggravates my shoulder. So I don't know why I decided to do this, but in any case, I did some leg lifts and supersetted that directly into some side bends. And for the side bends, I'm using a more quote-unquote advanced technique of leaning towards the opposite side of which hand has the dumbbell. So there's 2 ways to do side bends, and this way is a more sort of, you know, harder, more advanced technique. And with the ab workout for this day, I just did 5 sets of 10. So 10 for the leg lifts and then 10 for the side bends on each side. That's it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Click any of the cards at the end screen you're seeing right now to watch some other videos or subscribe to the channel. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one.